In a quiet corner of a bustling city street, an old blind man sat under the shade of a tree. His frail hands gently held a small bundle of colorful stoles he was trying to sell to make ends meet. Beside him, a wooden signboard read, "I am blind. You can choose." Despite the vibrant display of stoles and his humble demeanor, no one stopped. People hurried past him, absorbed in their routines, barely sparing a glance. The day dragged on, and the old man felt the sting of loneliness and rejection. As the sun climbed higher, a young man in his mid-20s passed by on his way to the office. Clad in a crisp white shirt and carrying a leather bag, he noticed the old man sitting there with his untouched stoles. The young man, named Shari, stopped. He observed the signboard and the indifferent crowd passing by. Shari bent down, bought a stole, and gave the old man a generous payment. But before leaving, he asked politely, "Sir, may I borrow your signboard for a moment?" The old man, puzzled but trusting, nodded. Shari pulled out a marker from his bag and turned the signboard over. On the blank side, he wrote something. Placing it back where it was visible to everyone, he smiled and said, "Good luck, sir." Then he walked away, blending into the crowd. The old man couldn't see what was written, but soon after Shari left, something miraculous began to happen. People started stopping. They read the signboard and smiled. Some bought stoles, others gave generous payments without taking anything in return. Some even stayed for a brief chat with the old man, asking about his well-being. By evening, the old man had sold all his stoles, a feat that hadn't happened in years. His heart was overwhelmed with gratitude and curiosity. As the last rays of the sun painted the sky in hues of orange and pink, the old man waited, hoping the young man would return. Just as he was about to pack up, Shari appeared, his warm smile lighting up the fading day. The old man stood, his voice trembling with emotion. "Young man, what did you do? After you left, people started coming. They bought my stoles, paid generously, and treated me with kindness. What magic did you work?" Shari smiled humbly and said, "Sir, I didn't do magic. I just changed your words." The old man's curiosity deepened. "What did you write?" Shari knelt beside him, gently holding the old man's hand. "Your sign said, 'I am blind. You can choose.'" It was truthful, but it didn't move people. "I wrote, 'I am blind, but God is watching you.'" The old man's eyes widened, his sightless gaze seeming to brim with understanding. Shari continued, "Sometimes, words need to touch the heart. People didn't just see your blindness, they saw an opportunity to do good, to be kind. That small reminder of God watching them stirred their compassion." Tears welled up in the old man's eyes. He squeezed Shari's hand and said, "You've not only filled my pocket but my heart as well. Thank you." Shari stood, his smile gentle. "Words, sir, have the power to change hearts. Use them wisely, and they can change the world." With that, Shari left, leaving behind a deeply moved old man who now understood the true power of words, not just to communicate, but to inspire, heal, and transform. That evening, under the glow of the city lights, the old man sat with a heart full of gratitude. Ready to face the world with new hope and faith in humanity. Moral of the story: words hold immense power. They can inspire compassion, ignite hope, and move hearts. The right words, spoken with kindness and intention, can transform lives and change the world.